Welcome inside Kokomo. I'm April Thatcher. Across the United States, there are many small towns and cities, but what sets the Midwest apart is the sprawling farmland, barns, and small downtown squares that dot the landscape. Right here in the heart of the Hoosier Heartland, we're in downtown Kokomo, which is rich in the arts, eateries, and entertainment. And as you'll soon find, is quite unique. Join us on this journey in the 100 block of East Sycamore as we visit 3 local shops, Comics Cubed, Kokomo Toys and Collectibles, and Goblin Games, to see what they offer our community. These 3 merchants have joined together to create more than just a group of businesses, but a community for like-minded people.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean Hilton with Comics Cubed. I own it, it's down here, 121 East Sycamore in the heart of downtown Kokomo, which is right out our very doors. I've been here since September 25th of 2010, selling the finest in comic books and other cool, groovy collectibles. I invite you in to take a look because I am the godfather of geek culture in downtown Kokomo. And my new Padawans are opening up stores as well, so come on in and check us all out.
My name's Amber Jordan. I own Kokomo Toys and Collectibles, which is located at 111 East Sycamore Street in downtown Kokomo. We recently moved from the north side, which we went from 1,000 square feet to 4,000 square feet. We carry new and vintage action figures, including G.I. Joe, Transformers, Star Wars, He-Man, and many others that you just can't find anywhere else.
Hi, my name is PJ Bolin. I'm the owner and operator of Goblin Games down here at 107 East Sycamore in downtown Kokomo. We're along Geek Alley here with Kokomo Toys and Collectibles and Comics Cubed. We offer different board games, collectible card games, and other hobbies like miniatures and painting supplies. We have a large amount of open play area and demonstration board games for people to come in, sit down, and play with family and friends. We have an open event schedule that everybody can check out on our Facebook page, and that's just Goblin Games. Feel free to check us out. If you have any questions or comments, you can feel free to just give us a call, and I'll be happy to help you out.
Welcome to Inside Kokomo. We're here inside Kokomo Toys and Collectibles. We're sitting here at a round table of Sean Hilton, owner of Comics Cubed. It's a square. It's a rectangle, actually. Amber Jordan, who owns Kokomo Toys and Collectibles, and PJ Bolin, owner of Goblin Games. Thanks for being here, everybody. I'm really excited to show everybody the uniqueness that downtown Kokomo has to offer. You know, not every city has such an awesome concentration of toys, games, and comics all within 1 block from each other. So,
Thanks for having us, April. I'm incredibly excited to be here today.
Thank you, Sean. I'm so glad that you're so excited. So, here's a question for all of you. There are a lot of people who, you know, really enjoy collecting. They enjoy collecting comics, toys, gaming, you know, stuff. So, what makes someone go from a collector to a shop owner? What was your main passion or drive?
Sure, mass, you ran out of room in your house?
Ran out of room.
It was either put an open sign on it or have it explode.
Also being able to take what we know about it to the next level and being able to share that with others who are maybe not quite as interested.
I just didn't want to get a real job.
That too. That too.
Man, construction in the middle of this Indiana winter? Those guys are brave. Now I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
No. I mean, it comes down to you can either live the dream or not. I think all of us would probably say that we wanted to do what it is that we love to do. You know, that whole, if you love what you do, you don't work a day and all that other phony crap. But, I mean, I open up the door to my shop and every day I'm like surrounded by comics and Amber's got toys everywhere. I mean, it's a real job. It's what we feed our families with. There isn't I don't think any of us have much of a backup, but I love what I do, and I come in and I see these 2 stores, and every time I go in there, I feel that exact same kind of momentum and love. So, yeah, living the dream.
Right.
And not wanting a real job. Yeah.
So, what inspires you guys the most to keep on keeping on, as they say, to keep your dream alive, other than not wanting to have a real job?
I do it for the people. When you have a business like this, you get regulars, and you would hate to see them go to somewhere that they don't enjoy as much or don't have as much fun. And being able to be that environment to make sure people enjoy themselves is really a good driving force to keep opening the door every day.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I get people from all over the state, all over the town, outside of town, and it gives them someplace to go. When they come here, they relive their childhood. So they're sharing their vintage toys, with their own kids. So, they're like, hey, this is what Daddy had. Hey, Mommy had these. And that's a really big deal for people. It brings so much nostalgia for them. And it's good to see.
Yeah, it's like Cheers for geeks, or whatever TV show you want to look at. They come and you have your regulars. I'm sure that I go into Goblin Games probably once a day to say hi, just say good morning and see what's up. Anything I need to know about, is there sale I can tell my customers about, and I'll see the same people going in. I mean, this becomes it's a habit, it's a hobby, but it also becomes kind of their, extended family for a lot of these guys. I know a lot of Mr. Bishop and several customers here all the time. They're checking in, weekly. I've got weekly customers that come from, same kind of thing. Logansport, Peru, Marion, they come in and they want to hang out. They want a place to feel comfortable, to enjoy their hobby, feel safe, not be judged, and get really good customer service. And I think when you come to our little area where you have all these 3 stores in a row, you get all 3 of those things all at once with people that really are passionate about what they do.
Okay.
And most of the bosses I've ever worked for are jerks. And so if I'm going to work for a jerk, it might as well be this jerk.
Okay. Well, so you guys mentioned having regular customers, but it's not just your local customers. I know, Amber, that you mentioned before that people are coming from not just all over the state, but from pretty far. And I know the same is true you've got people coming from out of the country. So I think you guys are creating an amazing draw, not just for the locals to downtown Kokomo, but for everyone. And that's a pretty substantial and amazing thing in itself.
I agree.
Thank you, Sean.
I agree too. I have I got some guys that come in for business in Chicago, and they come from France and Mexico, and they always try to make it down, even though it's like a 4-hour drive from Chicago, and instead of hitting all the toy shops there, they come all the way down to Kokomo.
Okay, and you guys have events and tournaments, and you're pulling a large number of people right here into downtown Kokomo.
Absolutely.
Right.
We have quite a few different larger scale tournaments. Like we just had one this past weekend where we pulled in people from all around the state. We had people coming in from Terre Haute, South Bend. That's pretty much the reaches of it.
38 players show up for a regional tournament. They chose to come to your store. That's not, you usually have 20 people?
Yeah, we average about 20.
So you doubled in one tournament.
And this was only with 4 of our regulars. So this was 20 plus people.
And from that, we're seeing people pulled off. I had several of them come looking, thinking, are you Goblin Games? And I'm like, no, we're the comic book store. It's right down the street. But then during their breaks, I had guys filtering over to check us out. I've had people ask me, hey, where's Kokomo Toys? And I'll tell them. And then I know just this weekend I had customers come in, they had their tax checks, and they dropped a little bit of money. And then they're like, what else is cool to see? And I told them. They came back and actually brought me a little gift from this store for turning them onto it. They had a great time, and I think they bought a whole bunch of Green Lantern rings or something, they were saying. So, it's definitely cross feeds as well.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's...
Hey, answer your phone, dude. It's a very popular place.
It is.
Hours are 11 to 6.
So this is, such a unique thing. I know I've already said that, but this is not something that you find in every city, and it's right here in our own hometown. You can't find Geek Street somewhere else. It's only right here in downtown Kokomo. So now
excuse me.
we are, it's a small town, but I know you guys have internet sales and even competition. How does that affect your locally owned shops?
My first, I do a large amount of sales online still. That's how we originally started, was really online only. So I still do, I don't know what the percentage would be, but I ship all over the U.S., all over the world, and stuff like that. So it's a good market for us.
Okay.
Internet sales do pretty well for me. It's something that we just kind of started into. I'd probably say it consists about 5 to 10% of my sales right now. It's a pretty large percentage, everything considered. There's still a lot of room for growth, a lot of room for change, but so far it's been great to us. Competition-wise, it hasn't really affected us all that much. It's kind of always been there, so it's just something we opened up knowing that internet was there. We actually kind of use it to determine a lot of our prices and help that along with that manner.
Okay.
I don't like these days. I've been up and down over the years with the internet. We used it when it first got started with a few things back in the day, and then I worked for another store that was, had between 5,000 and 7,000 items on at a time, where I was doing that every day. And it's a little bit of a drain, when you're packaging. Like Kokomo Toys has a special built-in section right behind us that's just for packing and shipping. And if you're going to do it right, I think that's something you need. My store's not really set up for that. We do quite a bit of internet business, but I'm not set up to do a ton of it. And there's a lot of places you can do like digital comics right now and things of that nature. So there's a lot of competition out there. But in the end, especially with our 3 particular stores here, anybody can go on the internet and probably buy anything cheaper. And that's not to say anything bad about us. People don't care about making money. Some people just, they need to get rid of it. Whereas we have to pay our lights and our electric and whatnot. But I think people are willing to pay a little bit more to have a good customer service experience. To come in when, Amber here can tell you which gun is going to go with what figure and whether it's a reprint or not. I'm going to be able to, I had a little old lady come in with 15 issues of the Amazing Spider-Man, the original issues. And if, these had been what she thought they were going to be, this was, life-changing money kind of comic books. And unfortunately, within 15 seconds, I had to tell her those are reprints, so they weren't worth anything. But, that's not the same kind of thing you're going to get on the internet. You don't get a personal experience when you buy your Yu-Gi-Oh cards online. You're just buying something. You can buy a Joe figure online, but if you have a Joe figure and he's missing like his left snowshoe, you can come here and she's going to find it for you. Right. And that's just not something you're going to find everywhere. So I think the internet's a great place to get some good deals and some awesome things, and it's great for a knowledge base, but a really well put together, well kept store with good people is always going to win against the internet, just because people will come for that personal service and that connection.
Right.
I am.
Yes, you are. You are right. And and that's, kind of what's special about being downtown is that, people have their community, and this is, a geek community, that is growing, and it's joining a whole culture of people together.
As Sean said earlier, it's like an extended family.
There's
a lot of people, so
right.
And it's really easy to think that way too.
So, along the lines of downtown Kokomo, what made you guys decide to be shop owners in downtown Kokomo?
I took a bribe. The city offered me money, the county offered me money, I took the money.
Okay.
I could have put a comic store anywhere. That's not an ego thing. I don't think, comic store's a comic store. You could put a comic store in, people are going to, if they want comics, they're going to come find it. I didn't have to be downtown. They offered me money, flat out. I took it. Woo, let it rain. Now that I'm here, I have fallen in love with it. I could have put a comic store in the middle of my garage and tried to get that taken care of, or in, an RV down by the river. But I get great walk-through traffic that you would never get anywhere else. People are always down here. There's festivals, there's fairs, there's community events. When I first came down here, I was very jaded. I did not care. I was here simply because there was some money on the line that I could get really cheap and or free. And now that I'm here, I've completely changed that attitude. I am so glad that I made the decision to come downtown. And I'm glad that these guys have opened too, because it just keeps strengthening our bases. So, yeah, ooh, a lot of money though. Good bribe. Take it.
So, and Amber, your situation is that you now are owning a piece of downtown Kokomo.
Yeah, the money was helpful, but I would have come downtown without it. It just might have taken me a little longer. The incentives were really nice. I've lived downtown before, and I really liked it down here. And since then, they've added all the new food places, and there's just a lot of stuff going on downtown now. Now they've got the First Fridays, and you know what I mean, the festivals in Foster Park, and there's a lot of stuff going on. And I'm like, man, that'd be a really great place to be. And then once, you know, the comic book shop is here, the game shop is here, and it's like, it'd be silly for me to go anywhere else. We should all be, you know, somewhere right there all together.
Right.
Come downtown.
No, join us.
One of us.
So, okay.
There's more questions.
Yeah, there is. I can edit this part out.
All right.
Okay. So, where do you guys feel like you're going with your businesses? Where do you imagine seeing yourself? And what impact do you think that has on downtown?
I hope to grow. I like the downtown for us. Like I said, we do a lot of online business, so and that's, you know, that's probably enough for us to sustain. But I like the store. I like having people come to me. I like, you know, when the parents bring their kids in, and I like that. I like the opportunity to talk to people about toys and not just sell it to them online and, you know, put the money in the bank. I enjoy it. I enjoy the you know, the atmosphere that comes with it. So I'm hoping that just means maybe a bigger store.
The paint is barely dry on this one.
No, I'm just saying.
Just in case you don't know, we're in 4,000 square feet of awesome toys.
When you get done with it, you let me know. I got a couple comic racks you can put it.
Okay. Well.
He didn't answer.
Oh, do you want to answer?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, obviously financial growth is, you know, obviously a goal. I would much rather see, though, clientele growth, whether or not they're coming in and throwing all their money on my countertop, or if they're just coming in and hanging out. I mean, that's really what we're in business for, is to, you know, make sure everybody's happy, make sure people have a place to go to support their hobby, or, you know, hang out with friends and family members and enjoy themselves. And that's kind of where I'd like to keep it going, is, you know, bring in more people that I can call my friends.
And that's awesome.
That's awesome.
And
Money.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here and for joining us and sharing with us. Inside Kokomo is just really about sharing all of the amazing things that not everybody knows about Kokomo. So here we sit in the heart of downtown Kokomo, where a community is being built, and friendships and family even. So you don't find that in every city. So I'm proud to be from Kokomo. So thank you guys.
Hey, thanks for having us, April.
Thank you.